Hi, and welcome to LinkedIn for Entrepreneurs. I'm your host, Julia Zata, a LinkedIn strategist and ghostwriter, and lover of all things practical when it comes to visibility strategies. This podcast is for service based business owners who want to build their brand on LinkedIn, attract new clients, collaborators, and speaking engagements without overthinking every post or sounding like a corporate robot. And yes, we're going to keep it actionable and fun. Let's dive in. If you're new here, hi. My name is Julia. I'm a LinkedIn ghostwriter, and I started almost 4 years ago helping founders, entrepreneurs, and leaders with their LinkedIn content so that they can build a stronger personal brand and generate more business. But lately, I've been working more with coaches, particularly women entrepreneurs who have built a solid revenue stream off of Instagram and now want to increase their visibility by showing up on LinkedIn as well. And I'm telling you this because today's episode is actually not about LinkedIn. It's about generating leads from Instagram because lately I've been talking to several business owners who come to me for LinkedIn help. But then when I mention that I'm building funnels for clients, bringing people off of social media and into their email list, their eyes light up. I can tell that they're like, "Oh, tell me more. I want to know more. This is what I need." And that's why I'm dedicating today's episode just to this specific topic. So, anyways, let's dive in. So, as I was telling you, lately I've been talking to a few business owners, specifically in the wellness space, and they all have a similar struggle when it comes to social media. They have a million content ideas, but they don't actually have time to get them all posted. And when they do post content, they create it on the fly, but the content they're creating isn't specifically connected to an offer. And that's because their system for creating content hasn't really been established yet. They're just posting whenever they have a spare 5 minutes in their day because they're busy jumping between client work, admin tasks, marketing, content creation, emails. And so it's hard for them to actually plan things out and even know how to structure launches that convert. And so behind the scenes, we've been building a structured content system that allows them to capture leads on repeat from Instagram and bringing these leads into their email list and then nurture them with specific email sequences so that they turn into clients. And because I am the kind of person that am very creative, but also extremely structured. My brain loves mapping out the whole journey from piece of content to email opt-in form to email sequence that creates connection and trust and conversion. Like I love mapping out the whole funnel. And that's something my clients really appreciate because they aren't able to do this all on their own. And so if you're listening to this and thinking, oh, I need this too, like how does this work? It sounds very complicated. The first thing I want to tell you is that it's not at all complicated. It's quite simple. It's just about thinking that each piece of content that you put out there has a purpose. And when you think about content in this way, it actually saves you time in the long run and creates results that you can track and measure so that you can optimize the content that you're putting out there and the results that you get from it. And because I've talked to so many people who struggle with this lately, I've decided to create a training where I walk you through exactly how I set these systems up so that you don't have to guess as to how this works, but you can start mapping out your own funnels that turn followers into paying clients. This training will be live in July, but there's a wait list in the show notes that you can join to get early bird pricing when the training goes live. But let me walk you through a couple of specific things that you can do right now to start building your content a little bit more strategically and thinking in terms of funnels or client journeys rather than just random pieces of content. So the very first thing I want you to look at is your most recent posts and check to see if they have a specific next step that you ask the person watching or reading this piece of content to do. So, does your post have a call to action? Is it asking people either to engage in the comments? Is it asking them to click a link? Is it asking them to comment a specific word? Is it asking them to share this with a friend? What is the call to action? If your posts don't have a call to action that invites them to take a clear next step, that is your starting point. You want to ask yourself, where do you want to lead people right now? So if you're marketing a training like I am right now, I would start with a piece of content that prompts the viewer to comment a specific word. In response to that word, they will get a private message from me saying, I'm so excited that you're interested in my training. Click this link and join the waitlist. You'll be the first to know when it goes live and have access to early bird pricing before anybody else. Right. So that would be the beginning of the journey. And then once this person subscribes to the waitlist, then they get a welcome message saying you successfully subscribed. This is what you can expect next. But yeah, so the whole point of thinking of content in this way is actually to make sure that your efforts lead to specific results that you can actually track in terms of numbers, because those numbers tell a story. They tell you what your audience is interested in, they tell you what they want more of, and so you can continually engage them in the way that they want to be engaged and lead them where you want them to arrive. For example, I'm going to go off on a slight bit of a tangent because I've been studying my email analytics, building my backend funnels, and tracking my subscriber behavior. And what the numbers are telling me is that my email subscribers, they love resources that are actionable. So something that is going to give them a specific outcome, something simple, small, tangible that they can implement right now and get a win from. For example, on a recent email, I sent out 7 LinkedIn banner templates that are customizable on Canva. People love those. In another recent email, I sent a content repurposing cheat sheet that got a lot of engagement. Another one contained a LinkedIn growth checklist, and so forth. So what my numbers are telling me from my email list is that people really enjoy the boost of dopamine that they get from downloading these resources. And honestly, I couldn't be more pleased because I enjoy creating them. I love designing in Canva and creating these resources that I can send my list and they can download with the click of a button. And so now what I'm doing is I'm replicating this for my clients as well. So we're bringing their audience from Instagram into their email list. We're making sure to nurture their email list. And by following this process, we get to learn what their audience likes, what their audience interests are, and what their audience wants more of. And that is just the best possible way to engage your people, make them loyal fans and followers, and convert them into paying clients. So I hope you will join me for the training that goes live on July 15th. We will cover content creation, lead magnets. I will walk you through how I build the email funnels on Flowdesk and how I build email sequences to engage the right people. The link to join the waitlist for this training is in the show notes. And if you'd like more practical tips, make sure you join my email list. That's where I'll be sharing more behind the scenes examples over the next few weeks. If you have any questions that you'd like me to address in a future show, in the show notes, you'll find a link where you can record a voice message for me and I will respond to your question in an upcoming episode. All right. Thank you for listening and I will talk to you next week. Thanks for tuning in to LinkedIn for Entrepreneurs. If you found this episode helpful, please share it on LinkedIn or on your favorite social media platform. And if you really want to make my day, leave me a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. It helps more business owners find this show. Thanks again for listening, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.